here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. It's sold out because it is always sold out here at Cameron Indoor Stadium, and you can hear how lively the crazies are.
Hubert Davis told me that the first thing he said to him when he woke up out of surgery was, is there any way I can at least be at the game? So he did what he could. He is here today. Hubert told me he might not be able to help us on the floor, but he's going to give it everything he got on the bench.
Chris, thank you. Just terrible news for Carolina. And again, all of that happening in the last 48 hours. So Caleb Wilson, unless he comes back next year, and I don't think anybody expects him to, will not have the opportunity to play in this building. As Caleb Foster misses the three, Malik Brown getting the start tonight for Duke, not Patrick Gungba the second. Cameron Boozer, the offensive rebound, and up and in with the first points of the night.
Well, already on the first possession, North Carolina gives up 2 offensive rebounds to Duke.
Seth Trimble, who hit that game winner that shook the Dean Dome to its core a month ago. Luka Bogovac wide open and knocks down a 3.
Bogovac coming off a 20-point game against Clemson.
Not necessarily, he was in early pregame warmups, but not in the layup line. So not playing right now.
Brown will lay it in and clearly was fouled on the play as well.
We'll take a look at this and see if that is considered a flagrant one. They might upgrade it. I think they have to be physical. They've got to defend the paint, and they have to rebound at a really high level. If they don't rebound, they can't get into their transition game.
Look at the footwork from Cameron Boozer. Zayden High, the sophomore from San Antonio, did not play a single second in the first game in Chapel Hill, but with the injuries to Caleb Wilson, he has become a major factor for this Carolina team.
He relocated, caught it on the run, and was able to get an easy layup on the other side of the bucket.
The Blue Devils have hit their last 5 from the field, make it 6. Foster.
Caleb Foster is playing off 2 feet. His decision-making has been excellent. The last 5 games, he's got 23 assists, 2 turnovers.
Boy, Trimble is off to a hot start tonight as well. Duke is the #1 team in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency per KenPom. Up top, what a feed from Boozer to Brown.
Boozer's ability to process situation. When he catches the ball off this short roll, he sees Vesar comes over and he lobs it right up to Malik Brown.
He is so good when he gets going. Thought he was fouled, no call. And here's Sarr at the other end. Might have gotten away with a walk.
He did not.
He didn't get away with it. They saw it. It sure looked like 3 steps. And you've been in as many shoot-around more in practices than I have. Every opposing coach tells their players that. Don't play around with it when Brown's around. You know, pound for pound on a per-minute basis, one of the very best defenders in the nation. Vesar, Stevenson, and a much-needed bucket for Carolina.
Leave the floor and decide you're going to make a decision in the air. You're going to have a problem.
Boozer swings it to Sarr. Shot fake and a baseline jam.
Duke's spacing is outstanding. They are spreading out this North Carolina defense and taking advantage of it.
Trimble tries to turn the corner. Dixon is wide open and a much-needed 3 for the visitors. Vesar gets around Hemenya and lays it in.
Boy, what a beautiful pass. Talk about a tight window. Nobody there to stop him on that drive. Beautifully done.
Duke's got 8 more field goal attempts than Carolina. One reason is turnovers as they force another one.
And guess who? It was Malik Brown.
Foster drains a 3. Aaron Harris returns. Vesar to Trimble. Floater is blocked by Brown. He's everywhere defensively. Dixon for 3. And the heels on the glass. Stevenson lays it in.
Boy, nobody blocked out, and nobody really went to the glass. Some guys leaking out. Cameron Boozer couldn't get a body on Jaren Stevenson.
Stevenson having a nice night as Caleb Foster is slow to get up. Here's a look at what happened to Caleb Foster moments ago. Seth Trimble with a drive, and it looked like the right knee of Foster may have collided with the right leg of Trimble, but really tough for us to know, Jay, at least now Is it the knee? Is it the ankle? Is it the foot? It appears to be something on the right leg, but Foster has gone back to the locker room. Caden Boozer with a shot clock at 4, bowling his way in and finishes. It's part of his message to his team. You guys have won games without Caleb Wilson. You got to play well to do it. Isaiah Evans is on the bench with 2. Patrick Gungba II isn't playing, and Caleb Foster's in the locker room. So Duke is thin right now as Henry Vessar knocks down a 3, and he can do that. Here come the Heels again.
Good pass.
Dixon hits it, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point game.
I went to law school as a classmate of Michael Wilbon's wife, Cheryl Watkins Wilbon. She used to cheat off me.
Have you said that publicly before?
I just did.
Boozer with a bucket, Duke by 5. Boozer driving into the chest of Vessar and just knocked him out of the way. Trimble's open. Trimble the 3. The follow by Vessar. Became a very thin group in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the half. Dixon gets a clean look, and it is a 2-point game. There is no sign of Caleb Foster. He did not come out of the locker room after halftime. Boozer, yes, up and in to make it a 4-point game. Back to Chris with more.
Duke will have to continue to play with this thin lineup as the school's confirmed that Caleb Foster is out the remainder of this game with a right foot injury.
Chris, thank you.
I'm not sure a step back 3 on Cameron Boozer is what Bogavats wants.
Cam Boozer looks off the defender and hits the 3. Evans got it. And it's back to a 7-point lead for the Blue Devils.
He can score some buckets in this game.
Averaging better than 16 a game in conference play. A nice turnaround by Jaron Stevenson, who's into double figures.
Boy, Vessar does a good job of pressuring without fouling.
Trimble took a bump finish, no call. And a couple of quick buckets for the Heels to get back within 3. Cam Boozer's defense yesterday at practice. Brown thought about it. Caden Boozer hits it.
No hesitation at all from Boozer on that reversal pass.
Now he resets for a 3. Offensive rebound, Malik Brown.
Boy, Malik Brown deflects a pass on the other end to get a steal, then an offensive rebound. He is everywhere in this game.
Dame Sarr, catch and shoot. Sarr from the other corner. Vessar got all tangled up with Brown, who wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Bogavats stripped by Sarr. What a sequence for Dame Sarr.
Have taken over this last sequence to give Duke some breathing room. First the deflection, and then offensive rebound by Malik Brown, and then a spectacular defensive play by Dame Sarr.
Evans keeps it in bounds. Brown will try a 3. Trimble blocked by Evans. 7-footer. Getting as close as he can and finishing with the left.
Well, you talk about poise in the post. Vessar right on him, and there was no panic at all by Cameron Boozer.
17, 10, and 5 assists already for Cam Boozer.
Another night at the office for the National Player of the Year.
He has been the best player in college basketball this year, and just about everybody who comes to watch him.
17 games of 20 points or more. He averaged right at 20, just under 10 rebounds per game. Was spectacular.
Isaiah Evans, deep range. Hamenya knocks it away. Boozer has it taken away. High with a nice feed, and Trimble will get a bucket for the Heels for the first time in what feels like forever. Boozer got high in the air, left it short, got it back. Missed again, got it back again, and finishes.
He's not going to miss 3 times.
Talked about being at games back in the mid-'80s, 86, 87, I think. The year after you graduated was his first time at a Duke game.
And one of the reasons that Carolina's not been able to get out in transition is Duke has been crashing the offensive glass. They are forcing them to stay, so they can't get the rebound, but they can't get out to run.
What a pretty play as Sarr finds Brown.
Just excellent defense and a great recovery by Malik Brown.
Had a win over Michigan a couple of weeks ago and showing it again here tonight. Boozer to Hemenya, and the rebound to Trimble. Nice bounce pass, and Jaden Young will lay it in.
Boy, one of the very few transition opportunities. And we don't know exactly what it is, but you don't like to see any players sitting on the bench with a boot.
Don't go, but the action will be great in Charlotte, as it always is at the ACC tournament. 23 for Cam Boozer.
Cam Boozer is just so good at going into contact and then getting an angle from it. He's got great feel, magnificent footwork, and if he goes one-on-one in the post, there aren't many players that are going to stop him or bother him.
High will bank.
But that double team is too slow. I mean, Boozer's just able to pick that apart for an open three.
Inside 3 minutes to go. Dixon will make a three. Inside 2 minutes to go. And a three for Dixon. He has been really impressive tonight.
Got a screen away from the ball that brought him back to the ball. Boozer again. Woo. They can't guard him. They just cannot guard him.
Vessar from Dixon. The next game for each of these teams will be Thursday in Charlotte. A block by Trimble. And a shot clock violation will give it to the Heels.
Dame Sarr and Malik Brown. And it's really an excellent defensive team. Number 1 in the country in the defensive metrics, but Duke is top 5 in both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Duke does get that measure of revenge for the loss in Chapel Hill in impressive fashion. Their 32nd consecutive victory here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Cameron Boozer leading the way with 26 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. The big question again for after the game, maybe tomorrow, will be the health of Patrick Gungba II.
And it's really an excellent defensive team. Number 1 in the country in the defensive metrics, but Duke is top 5 in both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Duke does get that measure of revenge for the loss in Chapel Hill in impressive fashion. Their 32nd consecutive victory here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Cameron Boozer leading the way with 26 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. The big question again for after the game, maybe tomorrow, will be the health of Patrick Gungba II and Caleb Foster, each with a foot in a boot. And we don't know the severity of either one of those injuries, but two very important players if this team is going to cut the nets down at the end of it all.
Well, that's going to be important. You expect Gungba to be back. Certainly hope the best for Caleb Foster. But in absence of those two players, other players in this game step forward, most notably Dame Sarr and Malik Brown. They were magnificent, especially on the defensive end.
And Malik Brown is courtside with John Shire and Chris Budden.
Malik, on senior day, a career night for you, and on a night where your team needed you with Patrick Gungba out, what did you feel like you had to provide tonight?
Oh yeah, just trying to step up as much as we could. Obviously, we didn't have Pat beginning of the game, and FC Foster went down. So the energy in the locker room just stepped up, and we just always try to step up for our brothers.
What has it meant to finish your career wearing this uniform, playing in this building?
It means a lot. It's always been my dream to play here, and I'm just glad I got to finish it off here.
Thank you, Malik. Congratulations. Coach, for you, in this rivalry, with how thin your roster was today, what are you most proud of?
I couldn't hear one word. I couldn't hear one thing. What did you say?
What are you most proud of with just the way the guys stepped up with such a thin lineup today?
What I was most proud of, Pat did everything he could to play this game. He wanted to be in there. Caleb goes down, and guys, man, have a special connection. They got a special will, and I thought at halftime it was great for us to be in that kind of game. And I'm just really grateful to be coaching this group, man. They're big time.
What did the guy sitting next to you give you tonight?
He's a warrior. He's a warrior. He hasn't lost a game in this building in 2 years. Well, he did when he came here in a different jersey. You don't even know what I said.
I can't hear you.
He can't even hear me. But he's look, he impacts the game in so many different ways. That's why he's going to be playing in the NBA when he leaves here. That's why he's just the ultimate winner, warrior. I can't say enough about him.
None of us can hear. Congratulations, Malik Brown, John Shire. Thanks, guys. Dan.
A winning player in Malik Brown, a winning program of the Duke Blue Devils, #1 in the nation, a 76-61 win over the North Carolina Tar Heels tonight here in Durham.